I would like to talk to you about a personal experience that I've had with you, which was in Goa with Plex.
Rave, this term rave, right? How does India take this word rave and why is it always associated with the word crime? 3 upcoming DJs to watch out for in 2023.
Yo, what's good, everyone? It's so nice to see you all in a complete different setup. Not a club, not a festival, not an afters, but a different dimension all together. Presenting you Let Me Backstage with my co-host here, Lauv and Sachi. Well, guys, I think we should dive right deep in. Let's go.
And it's fucking amazing to catch you in the day, bully.
So yeah, this is Bullzeye. Hi, I'm the first person to be featured in this, and it's quite an honor to be a part amongst you guys. With y'all are starting something which is
Grateful.
Yeah, it's so nice, you know.
Grateful.
Really looking forward to this. Yeah.
I don't think Bully needs an introduction. With your experimentation of music, it has led you to become one of the leading electronic DJs of the country. And I don't think a lot of people know this, but he's a humanitarian, an actor, and a professional poker player.
Yeah, I do a few things. I cannot stick to doing one thing. It gets boring for me. So yeah.
And not to forget carrying forward his dad's legacy of being humorous. You know?
yeah, kind of, yes.
But I'm really intrigued by certain things in your life. You come from a celebrity household. You know, was it difficult for you to carve out a space, especially, you know, from your father's shadows as a star kid, and now, of course, your sister?
See, it depends from person to person what they want to do once they're growing up. You know, a lot of people say there's nepotism and things, there's everything. But for me, to get into the whole music vibe, you know, it came in really early in my life. I was 6th, 7th standard. I started listening to electronic music around the 9th to the 10th grade. I was already on the console somewhere or the other in 98, 99. So, you know, they were like, you know, why are you not only concentrating on acting? And, you know, I was like, no, music is a part of me. I like to sing, I like to dance, I want to DJ, you know, so I want to produce music. You know, I used to be really amused with background scores in Hollywood films by, like, you had the Hook soundtrack and you had the E.T. soundtrack and all this. You know, when you're young, this gets stuck in your head with moments. So I wanted to keep living those moments again and again through music and experiences and meet people. And yeah, 25 years later, I'm a DJ and it's quite amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
Lots of people talk about your very first gig back in 1999 and how impeccable it was.
Yeah, 99, 2000 was the time where I started DJing from like a pool parlor because I did not have shows to like clubs and then slowly festivals and traveling around the world. But yeah, Headquarters was a club where I was playing for the first time, and I did play an electronic music set which had like a mix of drum and bass, liquid R&B. That time we only had house music and a little bit of techno and trance. You know, we didn't have melodic techno and all these sub-genres that have come in. So yeah, so it was quite a journey to start off with.
But do you think DNB was a major run at that point?
Drum and bass, yes, we used to listen to a lot of it back then because it had just like destroyed the market in the States. Everywhere there was only drum and bass music being played, and we used to go for these really dodgy, illegal warehouse raves over there. You know, as kids in 2001 and 2, I remember. When I was 16, 17, 18, that time, we had fake ID cards and we used to just,
of course, that's how you
used to enter the club. We used to have fake IDs and yeah, it was a great revelation, like a revolution for me because that's where all the education for music began for me in New York. So yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, I'm sure, I mean, it was a wild night for you, you know, however you started your first gig at being at a pool parlor. And then I want to ask you this, where was your first major gig? Like, you know, your actual crowded show.
Yeah.
I would say the first major gig which I played where I started getting known.
Yeah.
And paid.
Would be a gig in 2002 or 3. I played with Skazi, Infected Mushroom, Asterix.
Wow.
At Fire and Ice.
Straight.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And it was at Fire and Ice, which was a club which showed India electronic music, I feel. It's a very important part of my life, that club, and Vishal, who was the owner, and Rajiv and Ketan, they gave me loads of opportunities to play over there. and I still I still thank them, because if they were not in my life, I would not be here for sure, for those opportunities. So yeah, slowly, that was a big gig, 2,500 people.
Right, it must have been wild for sure.
Yeah,
it must have been wild for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, moving on with that, let's talk about your love for analog tapes, cassettes, vinyl. Do you think it will make a comeback? And what was it that you used to use to play back in the days?
So vinyl, I used to DJ on vinyl, of course, but it was very difficult for me to keep carrying the vinyls everywhere. So
like baggage.
Yeah, so I was very lazy to do that, and that time we didn't have managers, and I was not like a very big DJ. So I used to DJ on CDs. So we used to remove it was just the case logics we used to take, but the quality of it was really good. We had the Denon players.
Yeah.
We didn't have Pioneers. It was very expensive at that time.
Yeah.
So we had the Chotu Denon players and the mixers over there, and it was we had no automatic sync button. We didn't have a sync button.
That a lot of people
do everything on our own and all. Yeah. But I think the whole evolution from the DAT cassettes to vinyls to, of course, there's analog. When it comes to music production, we didn't have digital stuff that time.
Yeah.
It was only analog, and it was only wires and knobs.
Yeah.
We used to keep playing with that, and it was now the time is the mixture of the analog with the digital is working so well for people that it's not only one thing. You can experiment with your sound so differently, and make collabs. And there's so much of this talent out there with these guys. So you can just make collaborations. But I don't think like one thing will come back, like only analog, only vinyl, only cassettes won't come back.
Yeah, for
It'll
sure.
all be a mix and match of everything to get the best sound quality out. That's what I think.
I mean, that's insane.
And what do you think about these streaming services like Napster and now Spotify?
Napster played a big, I think Spotify is great. You get to, the kind of recommendations it gives you with only one artist. If you like, I'll give an example. If you like Mentorship, if you type Mentorship on Spotify, you will get all the recommendations you actually like.
Yeah.
And you actually want
Based
to
on
listen
your
to it. It's not like you'll get an Adnan Sami track over there or something.
The AI is so smart.
It's very smart, and Napster played an important part in my life earlier, because we used to always get music from there and then burn CDs and DJ. Because we didn't have money to buy originals.
How much was one track though, Bully?
One track, Napster was free.
It was free?
Napster
That was a free
completely
service,
free.
Oh, wow.
Napster was completely free,
Right.
but the CDs were like 10 tracks of a house CD was 17 pounds that time. So
Right.
$2,500 to get 8 tracks.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Wow.
And so better we just burn it. But then piracy, that's not right. Again, you got to support the artist. You'll only know that once you start being an artist and a DJ, So
That's true.
you learn the hard way, but you must learn. But
Yeah, for
Napster
sure.
did play a very important part of our life, and I guess many DJs' lives,
I'm sure.
So this was during the 90s.
Late
I'm not
90s,
wrong. Late
early
90s.
2000s,
All right.
We used to always be on PC and clicking and searching and clicking and searching,
Oh, sweet.
We feel that the industry has changed, like we were saying, from analog to being digital right now. We also feel that your music genre has also changed with time, from trance to melodic tech, and now you're completely into techno. So, what has transitioned this entire course of your journey?
I think evolution, people's tastes, I always try to come up with new things. I used to play almost every genre in electronic music.
Yeah.
It's trance, psytrance, techno, melodic, liquid drum and bass, hard house, like so many genres that I've played, under semi-genres that I've played. For me, I get bored listening to one style, maybe for 2-3 years.
Okay.
I want to listen to something different. I want to listen to something I was listening to 10 years ago, maybe merge it with something which I'm listening to 8 years ago, to something I'm doing now, which I'm doing. So I don't really have any boundaries to play only this genre, because I think a DJ should always be versatile and just and just in a set, so it doesn't get boring and just like stagnant.
Yeah,
What
just
is
like
your favorite though?
I like ambient music a lot, chill out music.
let's go to some 5-star pro.
I have heard a lot of your ambient sets on SoundCloud. And one of my favorites being the one I talk about.
Oh, the Psy ambient.
Yeah, that's
kind of vibe.
the vibe, because I think the 39, 40 years it's been since I'm born, and there's too much of dictic which has happened in my life. So I think some beatless music for now is good. Healing. I like healing music. I like soundtracks.
Yeah.
You know, I like beatless music, but when I DJ, of course, it's like bang bang. So I've been listening to a lot of chill out music, producing a lot of chill out music. My album came out with Rashi. We together are called Blue Moon Particles. On Sacred Technology, and it was really amazing. It's like leading the charts at that time and things like that. So yeah,
I've actually seen you, playing a lot of different genres, but then I've never seen you playing, the throwbacks that you do.
Oh, throwbacks!
Throwback.
Yes.
I mean, actually, we were there a few days back at one of the venues in Bombay, and we got to, listen to your throwback set. It was super fun, super nostalgic. Everybody at the club was in the vibe and singing along with whatever famous tracks that you were playing. For example, ooh, baby, music sounds better with you.
Then we had
that track is infamous.
I love the singer too, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zach's a singer too.
I'm not a singer. I'm not a singer.
I just confused both the guys.
I'm not a singer, but I love that track. Like, I heard that track years
See,
back.
throwback, I think there's a lot of memories which are created with music, which I believe, and sometimes to get back to that memory, you listen to the music song again, you know, the track again. So once in a while, I think a throwback set is always good when people, come together and it's not really hectic on the dance floor. And people also singing songs, they're drinking, they're talking.
And it's very rare as well to see you playing throwback. So it has to be special for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely
it has to be special.
I love throwback sets.
Yeah.
So, Bully, warm-up sets have been an integral part of any gig, and it's needed to set the right vibe for the headliner. I think before the pandemic, the scene was very different. People were very sublime with their sound, the DJs. But do you think it has lost its charm over time?
Yeah, definitely it has, because I remember I used to warm up for DJs for like about 6-7 years earlier in my life, and I was never paid, number one. And number two, it's very important for an opening DJ to set the tone for the main act. What 50 to 70% DJs and artists are doing right now, they do not know what setting up of a tone means. They will come and blast the set.
Bang it.
They will just come and bang it, which makes no sense. The most important part of a party is the opening set. It sets the whole tone for the whole night. There's a flow in the whole party, which it's people don't want to just come and start going crazy, and dancing on the floor. They want to come, they want to speak, they want to see the vibe, they want to have a drink, they want to talk, they want to start grooving a bit. You just don't come inside and go like bam, bam, bam. It's like it's like a trailer and a film.
Yeah, that's true.
It's something like that. So yeah. Earlier, it used to be very, very, very concentrated, very nicely and positively that an opening artist will play a certain sound, and people used to follow it.
Yeah.
Like I remember even someone like back in the day, like a Sanjay Datta, he used to play an opening set for like probably like
Guy J, Guy Manzoor.
even like before that, like
Hernan Kirani.
Hernan, you need to set it up, for these guys. You can't just get out of a box and just come and want to prove a point. People need to know that to get somewhere, you have to work hard towards it. You can't use shortcuts. You have to respect the artist who's playing after you. You have to respect your sound at that time. So you gotta make your way to get to that main act. If you're starting DJing, you're not gonna be booked for a main act.
Yeah.
You will book to open for an artist first, or maybe even open for the opening artist before. So you gotta respect all that, because only once when you do that, you will get a chance to get to being a main act at some point to showcase your talent.
And I want to know, is there any guidance given by the promoters or the agency as to what to play before a headliner?
Not really. I think an artist and a DJ is always booked, and he has his own brains to what he needs to do and play for sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, maybe a promoter or artist be like, "Arey, 122 BPM se niche bajana hai, yaar, uske liye thoda, ye aake phod mat dena 140 BPM mein or something like that."
Any of your experience which you want to share?
Like me playing or someone playing before me?
I mean, you.
Yeah, there's a very recent party I played, and someone just went up to like 135 BPM.
What are you saying? 135?
Yeah, right now. Like
was this
recently, I don't know. No, there was India.
Was this Berlin?
There was India, and I was starting to play. I was like, what? And I don't want to name the person.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I personally have a lot of personal experiences like that. People these days, artists these days, they really need to understand that when you're opening for someone, it has to be nice and easy. but everybody just wants to bang it. And moving on with that, let's talk about, the rise of festivals that we are getting to see in India. And along with that, we're also getting to see the rise of DJs. So many artists are coming up from different parts of the country our country has to offer. What do you have to say on that?
Yeah, definitely. I think festivals never really existed in India till I think 2006-7.
Yeah, 7.
So we had the Percept company, the Sunburns, and the Supersonics, and all the EVCs, and we
Slick
have
for that matter.
Slick, of course, doing its day of Slick. So slowly, I saw the whole revolution happen with festivals coming to India. And people started accepting it only recently, I think 7-8 years ago, probably. When it comes to a lineup, stages, and everything. And I think it's booming right now. There's so many festivals right now. There's so many boutique festivals also. There's so many one-day festivals also. These days, club shows are called festivals. Festivals, this is a festival. So I think it's been accepted well. It's a good thing that people like Nikhil Chinappa. We've got the whole Sunburn crew. We've got Pratik Pandey. We've got you guys also, we have Myron and so many people who just keep pushing everything in a good positive way. And of course, the rise of DJs will always happen if there are more parties and festivals. So I mean, it's a positive thing, I think. With so many DJs, they all are getting exposed to the international market slowly. We had so many people playing for Awakenings, like Arjun Wagle and Madhav Kaura and Navid Khan and Ash Roy and everyone, and slowly, it's getting there that India is going to be featured in the international market very soon. It's very difficult to crack that because Europe is Europe, South America is South America. They have their parties and they're very but India is also getting India is coming out in the market right now. With the artists, with the promoters, with the festivals. We are getting festivals from Europe over here. We should be going there soon also. So I think it's happening right now, and
I think for me, back in 2012, when I saw the first after movie of Tomorrowland and Ultra Music Miami, that's when it ignited me that I want to be there. So I feel that I was finally there by 2016. But this is the whole social media game, the whole YouTube, how they promoted how they marketed it. I think that's what
100%. I think social media is a great blessing for all of us if it's used in the right way. And I think festivals like Tomorrowland, Awakenings, Digital, Burning Man, they are really good with their content. So it really attracts the Indian people to go there and check it out. We've got a few Tomorrowland gigs which have happened over here in association with Sunburn and Percept, and of course we have Book My Show, we've got Swiggy, all these people are putting in money right now for festivals and things like that. So I think India is out there now with the crowd and the festivals and the exchanges which are happening, and however you want to call it.
And I think after the pandemic, it has gone to another tangent.
It's just
boomed everywhere.
What was your last festival that you played?
My last festival that I played was
in India.
Namaskar in India.
In the
I think right after that you did
Rajasthan.
Ukyo Festival.
Of course I played with Ukyo.
Because after that it was off season.
It was Ukyo and then Namaskar, right?
Yeah. When you were flying next day
Yeah. So I played the Ukyo Festival, which was amazing.
You
We
did a great job.
And then of course Namaskar also was good in parts. They had a lot of artists also over there. The festival, I think every second, third week there's a festival in India now.
Especially
you are playing
December.
in a festival this weekend.
This weekend, where am I playing?
Kasol.
Oh yeah, of course I'm playing in Kasol. Sorry. Oh God, I'm sorry. There's too much happening in my life, so I just keep I only know what I'm doing tomorrow 100%. It's like.
I mean, in addition to these cool festivals, I think the big ones that you've done is ADE and so many global festivals.
Yes.
And now Awakening,
Yes.
which is coming later in the year.
I think that's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
India represents for Awakenings. Yeah, I'm really excited.
We are also excited for you to be part of it. And just wanted to understand, what are your key learnings and how do you really play your sets differently from a crowd that is not, very familiar like India?
It always works when you attend these festivals and you see what the crowd likes, what they're moving to, who they're following, because it's very different in every country and actually every city you go to. You know, people don't like the same music everywhere and the same flow. If it's an indoor and outdoor, or like a boutique or a club, or like many things, I have to keep varying my sets. This is when the whole thing happens where I've had the experience of playing different genres before. So it all comes into play that I have had the experience to play this genre and that genre. So if I go to Awakenings and play, I have to play a banging techno set. Then if I'm playing at a beach party, I have to play an easy set, sunset set. You know, I have played these genres before. So it becomes easier for me to like if you see my music, it's always very different in every set. Definitely, all the time, yeah.
Also, talking about big shows, the best I've experienced was when you were playing right before Boris. And it was a wild experience.
It was
NSCI with a packed show with over 13,000 people.
Yeah, I really couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it that, you know, I almost missed I missed the first 10 minutes of my set because I was stuck in traffic.
Just Bombay things.
Yeah, so I literally had to get out of my car outside Atrium Mall and I ran.
Oh my God.
And I was wearing these docks. So I was like, dham, laces bando, dham, laces bando. But I made it. And it was insane that I was really good because my family was there, my sister was there, you know, and she always supports me for my music. And to see 13,000 people in Bombay and everywhere, they've come from all over India. They kind of
I was there. Thanks for sorting me, the artist band.
What a guy. Well, actually, you know what? He got backstage band. We are doing
I didn't get backstage. I get artist
He
band.
had a backstage band. I had to stand outside for 30 minutes to get inside. And I missed your set.
But now, because of this amazing band, I think we can go everywhere, guys.
I think this is going to help.
The Backstage,
anywhere in India.
Backstage podcast, yeah. All the festival, guys, organizers, if anyone has this, they have to come and organize. Especially our man over here, Zach, please.
Yes,
He cannot be waiting outside for 30 minutes. Yeah.
That was
No, but it
something
was an
for sure.
insane experience too, and a great honor, like to play Sunburn. You know, it's always amazing to play for them, and to play before Boris Brecha is
Legendary.
It's legendary. Yeah, it was mental. There was 13,000 people.
What a night.
Yeah, I think the biggest crowd I've played for
in
my
India,
life.
for sure.
And the world, like ever in my life.
Oh, wow.
I haven't played for more than 13. I had one go, one go.
Got it,
13,000 people in front of me. I've never seen that. I did
And you
10,000.
killed it.
And I did 10,000 at Hilltop once, but 13,000 was the highest.
But I think Awakenings is going to be more than this, I believe.
Yeah. The 100,000 passes.
So that's going to be a big... that's going to cross the benchmark of you playing in front of 30,000 people for sure.
Just curious, you mentioned that your sister is very supportive of you in your music journey. Has your dad ever attended any of your gigs so far?
Dad has not. He likes to sleep early. And he's always been adamant about my shows back in the day. He just started accepting 100% that chalo ye acha kar raha hai, acha DJ
ये भी सही चीज है.
ये भी सही चीज है 5-6 साल पहले. You know, in 2017-18, he tried like, chalo yaar, you go and you play, yaar, you're doing well.
Yeah.
You know, because when I started DJing, I should never play for money. So he's like, why are you wasting your time? You know. But now when the monies are coming in, he's like, chalo,
Yeah.
play karo.
And what do you feel about that?
It's fine. Like each to his own. Like, you know, my mom really supports me. My sister, family really supports me.
Yeah.
My father does it too, but he's just never been to a gig. But I think I will. It's time now.
It's time. I think after Awakenings, he's going to awake.
Yeah.
He's gonna
He'll be
Awake के बाद वो awake हो जाएंगे.
And what about your mom? Has she attended?
Yeah. She's attended many shows of mine.
Loved it?
Yeah. Taylor was. She was there on the stage.
Oh,
Wow.
nice. Nice.
Oh, it's sweet. I mean, you know, since we're talking about experiences here and festivals and stuff like that, I would like to talk to you about a personal experience that I've had with you, which was in Goa with Plex.
Oh.
I think this was right before the pandemic, 2019, or 2019.
2019 December.
December, right? That's correct. I mean, I think that was one of a gig that we've had. And, you know, I mean, especially also because when I started listening to music, it was Plex that I started listening to. And the first track was Storied Affair for me. And that's how it all started. So I really I used to look up to him. I still look up to him. And I see Plex sitting right in front of me. And, you know, we get him to the console, he was playing, and you were there, Pratik, and almost everybody were there on the console right behind it. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, it was
that backstage was something else. It was a moment, next level moment.
It was something else. I think I had goosebumps all over my body when he played When the Lights Goes Off, that track. You know, I think we were also
now. I'm getting goosebumps now.
Yeah, he actually made that track for Rocco's mom, who passed away. Rocco is the guy who owns Awakenings. I mean, unfortunately, she passed away, and he made the track for her.
Oh wow, that's so sweet of him. And I think another major part was I was right behind him. He wanted to go use the loo, and I was like, I mean, of course, I took him to the loo. While he went to the loo, you took over the console. You know, I mean, there were 2,000 people right in front of you. You were smashing it. We get back, and then you guys ended up doing a B2B for another, I think, the last 1 hour.
Yeah, an hour and a half.
How do you feel about that?
Oh,
like,
that was
that's
probably
a big thing, you know?
That was probably one of the best moments of my life in my music playing career, because he's my idol.
Yeah,
I've always looked up to him. He's one big reason why I started playing techno and underground and electronica and left field and breaks and everything, because he's one of the most versatile DJs and music producers, and the kind of soul he puts in his sets and his tracks, you know, it's always has that one emotion which is like of love. You mentioned Sordid Affair. Is one track which will be played after 100 years also. I believe. And
that's
people will still feel the same. And probably even better. So that moment was simply like, it was like surreal for me. And when he came and he asked me like, hey, you want to do back to back? And I was like, yo,
who the fuck is going to say no?
Can you just slap me? Can you just say that? Like me back to back, Maceo Plex. And he also used my headphones.
Wow.
Because his headphones were in the car or something. And then he also used my headphones. So we were like, tick, 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 and then him, tick, 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 tick. And if you see some videos, like I think you should play some videos. In a few videos, I'm like, I can't believe what is going on.
I remember
and I was like that.
I remember
so it was surreal to do
we
that.
We all had goosebumps all over.
And my personal favorite set is the Maceo Plex Bollywood set. Like it's still so many tracks unreleased. It's
Fango Rebelero.
Amazing.
He played a Fango Rebelero action sequence remix there. Check it.
Now I'm feeling major FOMO from missing this gig.
It's okay. We'll repeat a better one.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm waiting for the next
Hopefully
one.
he comes back soon.
I also remember this one gig you did at Drop in Bandra back in 2017, I guess.
18 years.
18 years of Bullzeye. How was that experience? And are you excited to do 25 years of Bullzeye next year?
Oh wow, that's gonna be a big one, man. Like 25 years in the game. That's not a
feel really old.
thing. You don't have to. You look young.
It's all what you feel actually, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean that gig was just one of the most special gigs of my life, because it was a straight up 7.5 hours.
7.5 hours, I guess.
And it was right before Ganpati. And I remember that I could not drink any alcohol because there was Ganpati ji in my house. So it was very, I mean, normally 1-2 drinks, I have when I'm DJing, but to play for 7.5 hours on with 3-4 ginger ales was very, very, very tough, but amazing. It was like
sold out show. I remember getting out of that staircase to like daylight.
7:30 in the morning.
7:30 in the
went till morning,
What scenes Bombay had back in those days?
Yeah,
wow.
11:30 to 6:37 I played. I still remember. My sister was there. A lot of my friends were
there.
And it was a great experience. And it was so good that I actually wanted to do 19 years of Bullzeye. But I'm like, every year. So let's wait for 25 years, and that time is almost here now, which is going to happen in December, I think. But I'm planning another start to end set, probably for New Year's. Let's see. This year, the next to New Year's.
Has to be Goa.
Yeah, it's going to be in Goa.
Has to be Goa.
But have you thought anything about it in terms of how you're going to put it out?
Still deciding, but I want to do something different. Probably
something
like
special.
Throwback.
Like an audio visual. I want to do a very different show.
Anything your audience should really, wait for? Any surprises?
Just wait and watch. It'll be worth it. It'll be planning something really nice.
What is it called? Silver Jubilee?
Yeah, it's Silver Jubilee. Silver Jubilee. Wow, I mean, it's insane.
Chandi hai Chandi.
You've played at so many festivals and music being around you inside out. How do you really stay true to your artistic vision and also play for such a large audience?
I think it grows with time. When you start, you're just playing for 2-3 people. When you start your career, when you just start playing, you're not exposed to so many people. I'm sure it'll be really difficult for a DJ to just play one fine day to such a crowd. So it just, over time, it just keeps developing from like 5 people to 15 people to 50 people to 100 people. So you start getting that confidence, you know, that how you have to control a crowd, what you have to play for the crowd at that time, what kind of a vibe you need to set for them. If you're playing an earlier slot or a later slot, opening, closing, main slot, it all depends. But the main thing is you got to be connected to your crowd. In everywhere, be it your energy on stage, you know, your performance tactics, your tricks on the console, your music selection, and of course the drops and the pickups and the story and the journey. So it all matters like that. It all comes with experience. You cannot overnight adapt these things as an artist. You know, it all comes with experience. It all comes with going to different places, listening to your favorite artists, going and seeing what their flow is, what kind of a attitude they have in life, what kind of a lifestyle they lead, what kind of music they produce, what kind of festivals they're playing, who they're playing for, who they're playing with, and who they're, like, you know, when they're playing it for, you know, at the time of the day, what if it's night, if it's day. So all these things, you know, it only comes with experience. And I think you have to be true to yourself. You have to be committed to your craft, as an artist. You know, you have to learn to grow. You're never perfect. You're growing every day in this field, you know. You're always learning something different whenever you're playing. Still today, every set I play, I learn something different. So it's amazing. And it's a great, great journey. I mean, I enjoy it. You know, and I'm just looking forward to playing on the weekend now. I'm very curious to go and play in Kasol. I'm playing there after 2006.
What? 2006 was your last?
Yeah. And that too, I played in one cafe. I've never literally played in the mountains in my life, probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big lineup as well.
Yeah, pretty good lineup.
You're gonna have fun for sure, Billy.
Yeah.
You're gonna have.
And speaking of crowd, what is your personal interaction or fan interaction that you've kind of, you know, been personally be touched by?
Oh, this is amazing.
I have a lot of stories.
I have a fan who actually travels all over India for my gigs.
For every gig?
For almost all my gigs, yeah.
Wow.
Like he stays in Nasik and he comes even to like Delhi for my shows and Goa and Hyderabad, and he's always everywhere.
Wow.
So I mean, that kind of a connection is special. It's amazing to know people like this who follow music and art in such an amazing level. And it's not only for me, it's for the music and the art that I have worked on for so many years, you know, that someone respects it so much that he follows me around, and that too in India, you know. So I've got these amazing fans and friends, and they're not fans, they all become my friends, you know. It's just like,
I mean,
Fan to a friend, right here.
friends and then family, कोई दोस्त होते हैं और कोई दोस्त family जैसे बन जाते हैं. So,
I think that's one of the most beautiful things I've heard
that's true.
till
That's
now,
true.
that fans convert into friends, and that's a very beautiful.
And do
We're
you
living
think-
proof.
Do you think it's important for an artist to stay connected with their fans on social media?
110%.
And also, do you think it helps in the turnouts at gigs?
110%.
Yes?
Yeah. Your personal connection with your artists, with your fans, with your friends, it's very important. You know, you're responding to like most of them whenever you can, and it really makes a difference.
Well, I think I say this to almost everyone that I meet these days, that, you know, I mean, I don't know how many of you will agree to this or not, but then I say that the real show that you do is not at the club or festival. The real show that you do is your social media. I mean, that's
Before
my
the gig,
belief. You know, your social media is such a powerful tool these days. You know, people see what you're doing, and that's the main thing. So, you know, I mean, moving forward with that, can you share any funny or unexpected moment that you've had while performing? Because, Bully, I mean, I've seen people playing and having pizzas. I've seen people playing and having, you know, going to the loos. I've seen people, you know, playing and doing so many things. But then I've never seen any fucking buddy who is performing and playing poker on the phone, like, and not lose money, you know?
How do you manage?
And how do you manage?
I mean, I know it's
Are you
really
still
funny.
playing poker? Are you?
No, I'm not. I am not. I was told not to. But once we're done from here, I will get on my laptop, which is in the car. So yeah, there have been times where I'm DJing, I'm playing poker, I'm eating pizza also at the same time.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, see, sometimes I'm also a professional poker player. I get free tickets. I don't want to waste it. And so, and that's the only, I mean, unfortunately, sometimes it just happens that my gig is also at the same time.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And I do land up concert because it's just click. You know, I play tournaments. It's not cash games. You just click. And I've won some tournaments DJing and playing poker also.
Wow.
I mean, it's quite. It's just a very funny thing.
It is.
It's just very funny.
But how many channels do you use while you're playing though? 2? 3?
Four.
4?
Three,
4
four.
plus 6. 6 is stable, so 6 plus 4 is 10. You have your concentration
How
on
many
10
mics do you
channels.
have?
I do believe that I have a little bit of a
Multitasking.
multi-thing mind. I like एक ही दिमाग नहीं चलता एक जगह पे चलते रहता है. शॉट देने यार फिल्म शॉट देने के टाइम पर पोकर चल रहता है.
तो डायरेक्टर को बोल देना कि 2 मिनट फाइनल टेबल.
फाइनल टेबल हुआ है ऐसे.
सच में. वाओ, दैट्स
सेकंड में आया हूँ मैं, 9 लाख भी जीता हूँ.
वाओ.
सेट पे ऐसे सुबह 4:30 बजे.
But actually, what was your funny or unexpected
So I
moment?
mean, yeah, there was many funny incidents that happened with me on stage. Of course, like I've been groped at by a man recently in Goa. And then of course there's one
While
time
playing?
while DJing, yeah, and then suddenly
damn.
when I turn, he's like, and I'm like, like no, friends, shot,
Oh shit.
straight, you friend, handshake, no move. So yeah, there was many funny experiences. There's a time where I think I played a track and I had to really rush to the loo. And as I went to the loo, I almost got locked inside the loo, and my track is almost finishing over there.
Oh no way.
And I had to literally call from the loo to the other DJ saying that यार मैं इधर अटक गया हूँ और मुझे 10 मिनट लगेंगे आने के लिए, एक ट्रैक बजा ले please.
Where was this?
This was Calcutta, I think.
আমি তোমাকে ভালোবাসি.
This was Calcutta. This was Calcutta. I think it was in Phoenix the first
was
time I
Phoenix?
played. I think the first time I played there. Because bathroom है ना, वो crowd के बीच में जाना पड़ता है.
yeah,
और फिर उधर है.
कौन है?
हाँ.
Damn.
That's insane.
Many funny incidents I've had. Yeah.
Well, that's crazy.
But now let's flip things on a more serious note.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's discuss about music, mentorship, and education.
Oh, very important.
Yeah. So, what do you suggest? There's so many upcoming DJs that are coming now. What would you advise them to do, and what path would you recommend them taking?
Yeah. So when I started, we didn't have any kind of mentorship. We did not have anyone who would help us. We didn't have social media that time.
Yeah.
We didn't have phones that time. Like we had like compass box phones or Motorola's or Nokia's, where there was no Instagram, there was no Twitter, there was no connection that you could do with your mentor or fellow someone, like someone who you look up to. But these guys they're really lucky right now, and I think mentorship and help and guidance for a youngster in the right way is very important, because many people just lose their way. The nightlife DJ artist world is like, you can get lost in many ways, be it being underconfident, your talent, but you don't have the skills to put yourself out there. You have, you want to speak to like an artist and get mentorship. You need to do it because you will get the right path to follow then. You can't follow a goal in life with the help of someone who's already been there, worked on it, helped himself out. I have an agency. I like to help people out. I like to sign them when they are very raw, and then probably let them go to a bigger agency after that. But it's very important also for people to help people, like people with experience to help people. It's very important for youngsters to choose the right path, not choose shortcuts, not buy followers, not put them down on artworks, not do many of these things. Give yourself a credit and be calm and composed and choose the right path. That's about it. And just stick to your craft and be dedicated to music. And if you're talented, I believe you will get that one chance to prove yourself and start your journey in the DJing world
At some point,
or the
for
music
sure.
world or the production world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
mentorship, education is very, very important. Like DJ Rami, he had just done a boot camp in Goa, which was absolutely amazing, one of his kind. And I think these boot camps, they had 18, 19 really young students, and we had Tuhin, we had Sanil, we had the Audio Units boys, we had many of the international artists coming in, wanting to mentor these young kids from India, which was so amazing. So I really give it up to you, Rami. It was great.
So out of those 18 kids, out of those 18 artists who were there, do you think anybody, did you personally feel that, okay, this is
I was there. I
went.
went one day I gave a nice speech one day, and I saw so much of, they were so enthusiastic to what they want to do. They were so ambitious. They were so kind. They were so like wanting to do that. And I think that's a great thing to do, to have that focus and be there to use mentorship in the right way, to get educated in the right way is very important. And I think a lot of people from there, a lot of artists from there will go to places. Yeah,
Right.
They will go
Right.
places.
I mean, it's all about building that community. Like, you know, it
and
has
being true
that.
to yourself. It's very important to be true to yourself, not be bothered about what someone else is doing. Half the people these days, they're bothered about what someone else is doing.
Yeah.
You gotta-
I can honestly talk about this like for us with you, to be honest, because the scene right now is just about that. What you just said. Everybody's talking about everyone. Nobody wants to concentrate on
Yeah, guys,
themselves.
just mind your own business and just stick
Focus
to your,
on
just
music,
focus
yeah.
on music and yourself.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I mean, in Europe and all, music is like a culture.
It's a religion. Like
It's a religion, yeah.
Like you have 100,000, 200,000 people in festivals just like this.
You think India will ever reach there?
Yes, but slowly.
Slowly, for sure. Yeah.
Can we also talk about your favorite city and venue to play at in India?
Right now, it's Calcutta.
Is it because of him?
No, it's just Calcutta, man. It's just Calcutta. I love the energy in Calcutta. I love the clubs, the whole intake, the kids who are doing parties. They're very true. They're very nice. No one's bothering anyone else and all. Like in some of the other cities, you're just like everyone's getting onto each other's nerves. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Calcutta's got that clean vibe going on.
And it's also upcoming.
Of course, upcoming. You have an Art Bat show to 6,000 people there, I believe.
That was insane.
Right, that was insane. Of course, Bombay is one of my favorites also. It's hometown. There's Goa, which is great. Pune is amazing. I love playing in Pune.
And what about your best gig experience? Your personal best?
Plex.
Oh,
back to back.
Solaris?
It's an easy one.
Goa.
No, that Plex back to back, nothing can ever touch it.
Goosebumps?
Goosebumps always, right now also.
I actually kind of do, to be honest. I mean, that was a thing for me also, to see my idol.
You were a part of the
I was the part of the core team, yeah.
He's the guy who was roaming around with Maceo.
Yeah.
Getting him to the show, he's calling me, he's getting late, play for 2 tracks more and all that.
Yeah.
So he and our friend Myron were together that time.
of course, with someone that I used to work with for about 7 years. So it was
We love you,
definitely.
Myron.
We love you for sure, Myron. So, moving on with that, can you actually, talk about your future goals and aspirations as an artist and as a human as well? Because, not many of them know you personally that much because, of course, you have a certain thing. I mean, you meet people when you're playing and probably when you go out for parties and stuff like that, but you don't usually hang out like this on a daily basis with people, right? So I think it's important for us and people to know about your future goals.
I want India to be on the world map when it comes to electronic music. That's my future goal.
Well,
be it pushing talent, be it performing
Fingers
on a big
crossed.
stage, before helping out in these talk shows, putting out the scene out there. I want the Indian, because I know there's so much talent here, be it artists, be it organizers, be it party people, be it India's name going out there on the stage, because we live in a 1.6 billion, 1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Out of that, if you remove around 2 million ravers, and it's amazing, like going out and partying, going out and DJing, the talent which is booked over here. There's a lot of money in this also,
Yeah, too much.
I mean, earlier it was never about money, but now money is involved.
Money is involved, yeah.
So of course, like if an artist is playing in Awakenings or Glastonbury Festival or Burning Man, if Sunburn is going and doing gigs in Europe, if Submerge is doing,
That would be interesting.
If Supersonic is doing, so I mean, these collabs and everything. So I want this to happen with India, and I think we're the right path.
Yeah, slowly but surely, for sure. There's another thing that I wanted to ask you was, if you remember, we were at an afters a few days back, and you were talking about you wanted to quit DJing, and that's exactly when I stopped you, because I wanted this to be on podcast so that it's real and raw to our reaction to that. So that's a big step. Why did you want to quit DJing?
Yeah, there was a point in my life where I was like, let's just stop doing it, because my parents were not like happy with my late nights.
Oh.
And of course, they wanted me to concentrate more on my acting and things like that. But so at one point, I was like, yeah, maybe they're right. But then I'm so connected, and I'm so like, I have so much of love for DJing and music and all these things. The people I meet are so real, in this whole community. I could not quit. I wanted to just grow much more and prove to my parents that, maybe I can master it some way.
When was this though?
2016.
Oh, very recent.
Yeah, 2015, 16.
Wow, I mean, after 18 years of being in the game.
Yeah. Because this is the time where it was either like acting or DJing.
Yeah.
So I told myself, "Yeah, boss, दोनों कर ले यार." मेहनत लगेगी, you know, it'll be a little bit of hard work. It'll take a toll on my health maybe and all that.
Yeah.
But I love both and I want to do both. And it took me a couple of years to come back and just get Bullzeye out there and my acting also. So and it all worked out.
But you did it.
Yes.
You did it. And next year it's 25 years of you. So
yes.
that's a big thing.
It's all about self-belief.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well.
I want to ask you a very important question. Rave, this term rave, right? How does India take this word rave and why is it always associated with the word crime?
Yeah, it's a very amazing thing to speak about, also a very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
But a rave is just a party. Illegal rave is something which should not be there, of course. A rave is just a terminology for a good party, but of course, how people, they just put it with things like crime, illegal things happening, illegal substances being taken, and this happens everywhere in the world. It's not only in a party that happens. You know, it happens in houses, it happens on the road, train tracks, and it's not a good thing to happen. Of course, you know, like people need to know that music. And illegal things should be different. People enjoy music. They can enjoy it at an open air festival, in a club or things like that. So yeah, a rave party is not a crime.
Yeah.
But an illegal things happening at a rave party, illegal raves happening, that is a crime. Yeah.
Well, I think in India that's mistaken, you know.
It's highly mistaken.
It's highly mistaken.
Yeah, it's highly mistaken.
People think,
and I must say that people party and people need to party, so do not put them down. It's not illegal to do party. It's illegal to do illegal things in a party.
That's right. That's right.
Well, guys, that's a wrap.
Yep.
But
Wow.
Yeah, that's
That just
a wrap.
not yet a wrap. We have come to the most interesting part of the podcast, which is, of course, the rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
I'm sure you know what rapid fire is.
Let's go.
It's basically 10 questions, 1 second each. And here we go.
Let's do it.
One Hollywood director you would want to work with.
Martin Scorsese.
Your most prized vinyl.
Underworld, Born Slippy.
Favorite console food.
Pizza.
Don't tell me poker.
That's the favorite console game.
Your dream music festival.
Burning Man.
WhatsApp stickers or GIFs?
GIFs, of course.
We use it.
I
We
make
use a lot of
GIFs.
stickers.
I saw one of yours today.
Professional GIF maker.
Yes,
Professional.
I have 16 apps to do it.
Oh my God. Okay, rom-coms or action movies?
Rom-coms.
Psytrance or acid techno?
SKSD.
Acid techno.
Damn.
Nice.
3 upcoming DJs to watch out for in 2023.
From India, all over the world.
From India.
India.
From India.
3 upcoming DJs from India to watch out in 2023. I must say JPay, Vidian, and Axel.
Wow.
Amras or mango shake?
Mango shake.
Just got over the season.
Macioplex or matrix?
Macioplex or matrix. Before you give the second thing, I'm like, but they both are the same. Macioplex.
ADE or Tomorrowland?
ADE.
Let's go. Well,
Bullzeye hits the bullseye.
well,
That was amazing. Let's give it up for Bully.
Are we done? Whoa!
And our first podcast at Let Me Backstage.
yep.
Amazing, guys. Thank you so much. This was such an amazing experience.
It was.
And
for
some
sure.
amazing questions. And when you're doing it with people, it just becomes more fun.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. And thank you guys for tuning in. And this is something which is going to be really big. Thank you guys for doing this.
But one last question. We wanted to really understand what you think of Let Me Backstage.
And us.
And
being
us,
your
of
I
hosts.
think you guys have a great team. I've known Zach and you guys for forever. And personally, it's not like together. I know you all individually. And I think this is something very different, which I would love to watch.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people who party would love to watch.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who want to know what to do in life when it comes to the party circle and music and artists would love to watch. And of course, when there's a team like this, the energy becomes really high and amazing.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great thing. I would love to clap for you guys. And like, y'all have smashed it.
Yeah.
We're gonna give it for ourselves as well.
Yes.
Well,
So let me backstage. This band is amazing. We have some more competitions. I'm sure these guys will give some bands out to people once this guys is shown out. Some kind of contests, and so do tune in and watch the show.
Don't forget to follow us on social media to be part of the latest episodes, guest announcements, and a lot of giveaways. We really want you to be part of this amazing journey with us.
Remember, folk, this is your one-stop solution for everything music in India. Whether you're a fan, a musician, or just looking for some melodies, this is the place to be.
Well, thank you for joining us today as we introduce Let Me Backstage. See you all again.